Good morning to all. Welcome to another section of this online class. So today we will be continuing the Informatics module 1, which is the regarding the introduction to the computers. And in the last class we discussed about the evolution of computers, and today we will be beginning the second major topic in this module, which is the types of computers. So the first topic was regarding the history of computers, the evolution of computers, especially the 5 generations and the inventions and etc. So all these things comes under the first topic in this module. So we have the second main topic, which is types of computers, that we will be going to discuss today. So computers can be classified into different category based on their use and their specifications, etc. So mainly we can see that the usually, or the casual use, for the casual use we use the personal computers, especially the desktop PC and laptop PC, as well as the new models of this type of computers. So the computers can be classified into different categories, and we have two major divisions in this topic, which is the types of computers. And it is first one is regarding the traditional way of classification, and the second one is the modern way, or the based on their use we can classify the computers. So these are the two major divisions while we discuss the topic types of computers. So the first one, which is the traditional way of computers, we can classify the computers based on their size, processing speed and cost, and based on these factors the computers were classified into microcomputers, mini computers, mainframes and supercomputers. So in the last class we discussed about some major mini computers and microcomputers and supercomputers. So we have one more main topic, which is the mainframes. So the first division, which is the traditional way of division of these types of computers, which includes the 4 major divisions, which is the microcomputers, mini computers, then the mainframes and also the supercomputers. So the second division in this category is the modern way, or the based on their use. So we can see that the all the systems which is introduced as the latest models, basically they are the small system, and it can outperform the large models of a few years ago, and a mini computer can perform the jobs of an earlier mainframe at much lower cost. So these are some advancement while introducing the new models of these computers. And today the computers are classified based on their mode of use. So this is the second classification. And the major problem while in this types of computer is that the computer technology is changing so swiftly that after every few months new models of computers are introduced, having much higher performance and costing less than their preceding models. So this is the major outbreak, which means that the computers or the technology based on this computer segment are advancing day by day. So this is very in a positive way, it is very good at the overall performance. But here we have some drawbacks too, because the older models get outdated, or it became neglected by the other computers and also the consumers as well as the companies also. So this is just a symbol or the small outbreak or the drawback of these types of computers. And the modern way, I mean, today we have the computers are classified based on their mode of use, and the classification of computers based on their mode of use can be divided into different levels. So the first segment in this types of computers is the personal computers. So we all familiar with the topic personal computers, which is also known by the name PCs. So what do we mean by the term PC? So PC, which is the personal computers, it is a general purpose computer whose size, capabilities and original sales price make it useful for the individuals, and which is intended to be operated directly by an end user with no intervening computer operator. So this is the major advancement while the inventors or the technologies developed these personal computers in a very good manner in order to perform the personal needs, especially the personal needs, without any help of any other persons or the technicians. We can perform the computer or the process the data with the help of this personal computer very easily. So this is the major change while the computers is categorized into this category, which is the personal computers. So I repeat the definition once again. A personal computer is any general purpose computer whose size, capabilities and original sales price make it useful for the individuals, and which is intended to be operated directly by an end user with no intervening computer operator. So this is the definition to these personal computers. And this personal computer, example for these personal computers are maybe a desktop computer or laptop, tablet PC, and also the handheld PC, which is also known by the name palm top. So these are the major divisions or the major examples for these personal computers. We use the desktop PC and the laptop PC in order to fulfill our needs within a simple manner. So this is regarding the just an introduction to this topic, which is the personal computers. So the most common microprocessors in personal computers are mainly it can be classified into two divisions. They are the 64-bit processors and 32-bit processors. And the 32-bit processors can be called by the name into 86, which is the trade name of these computers or the processors. So these computers are compatible with the microprocessors are compatible with this CPUs, explaining with the further development in which the software applications for the personal computers include the word processing, spreadsheets, databases, web browsers and email clients, games and other minor activities with the help of these personal computers. So the personal computers are very useful for a personal user only, not for a business minded or for a company. This is only for a personal use. So the advancement basically on the memory level and also the processor level, all these things may be limited to a certain extent. So today we have more advancement in this type of technology, especially the processors coming with a further advancement with the help of this AI technologies, artificial intelligence. So all these development or technologies make this computer very to use very good manner, or we get the good performance at a specific speed. So this means that the computers makes a very inevitable thing in our life, and the use of these softwares like the spreadsheets, the data processing softwares, games, then the video editing softwares, etc. All these things are very compatible to use while we use a desktop PC instead of the microcomputers and the mini computers. We can get a clear description or a clear process while we use these personal computers. So it is very important thing while we discuss this topic. Then the modern personal computers often have the high speed for the dial-up connections to the internet and allowing access to the World Wide Web and a wide range of other resources. So this means that these computers can also connect to the internet or to the network, in which we can access the data all over the world with the help of these computers. So this is another advancement of these personal computers, in which we can use the softwares like databases and the gaming and also any other softwares with the help of these computers. And also the second point was regarding the network connection, in which these laptops or the personal computers helps to connect the internet with a very simple manner without no much of interventions. So this is regarding the major advancement while we discuss this topic, personal computers. And a PC may be used at home or may be found in an office. The personal computers can be connected to a local area network, which is regarded as the LAN, and either by a cable or wirelessly. So these are all are the major advancement in which we can connect the computers to the internet with the help of the cables, and as well as today which is very common in which wirelessly. So these technologies made the computers or the users to use the computers very easily, or the process or the any specifications of the computers became very similar to the users, especially the use of this the non operating system which includes the Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, and the Linux based operating system which includes the Ubuntu. All these operating system makes the user friendly. These are the major advancement in the this computer category, in which the personal computers are recognized as the user friendly systems in order to use the computers in a very easy manner. Then while early PC owners usually had to write their own programs to do anything useful with the machines, today users have access to a wide range of commercial and non-commercial softwares which is provided in ready to run form. So the softwares are also developed during the advancement of these computers, in which we can download the softwares free of cost, and also we can buy some major softwares like the operating systems and the antiviruses. All these softwares can be classified into different categories, in which the paid softwares and the non-free, which is the free softwares. So these categories, which means that the use of PC or the use of computers makes the user very user friendly, in which a user can perform or a user can decide to download or to perform the softwares according to their need. So this is the another advancement in this category. Then since the 1980s, the Microsoft and Intel have dominated much of the personal computer market with the Windows platform. So the Microsoft and the Intel, Microsoft is the operating system company, whereas the Intel is the processor company. So these two companies joined to perform or to advance the major types of PCs from the 1980s, and these companies, which is we can call it as a Windows platform. So these platforms were very dominant during the 1980s. So this is regarding some major companies who developed these PCs in a very good manner, and these computers are also very less in cost while compared to other computers like the Apple computers and the other major computers during that time. So this also a very good factor while we discuss this PC's early stage. Then the capabilities of the personal computer have changed greatly since the introduction of electronic computers, and today the computers for personal use come in all shapes and size, from tiny the PDAs, which means the personal digital assistant, or to make the personal computers, and the more specialized models are announced each week, which includes the trip planners, expense account pads, language translators. All these things means that the advancement of the computers makes the use of the computers very easily. So the user-friendly computers can be categorized under this category, which is the personal computers. So we just discussed the topic personal computers, and firstly we discussed about the definition of these personal computers. Then we discussed about the major processors and companies which produce a good amount of a very successful amount of computers, which especially the personal computers, and the types of CPUs, which includes the 32-bit and 64-bit processors, and also the softwares which are also we can it is categorized into different categories, which includes the paid softwares and free softwares. Then we discussed about the networking, which help the PCs to connect the PCs help to connect the network very easily. Then the use of the personal computers, and also the early stage of these personal computers. So the advancement or the major change in these computers are based on their size and their specification, and also their performance too. So the performance is the very important factor while we while we suppose we are going to purchase a computer or for a laptop, we just focus on the performance only in order to get a good amount of result while we doing the process with the help of these computers. So these are the major changes the computer companies were introduced during that time, and the Microsoft and Intel are the early companies which dominated the stage of these PCs to fulfill the basic needs of any personal and also some of the office use in order to use the computers very user friendly. So these are the major advancement while we discuss the topic, the personal computers. And we have some important types of personal computers, and the first one is the workstation. So what is a workstation? A workstation is a high-end personal computer designed for the technical or the scientific applications. So this is a very important category while we discuss the personal computers. So based on their use, we can classify the personal computers into different categories. So the first category is the workstation, and this workstation is only designed to do the technical or the scientific applications. So it is only for the scientific measures or the scientific use in which for the development of the software, the scientific things, and the labs, technical labs. Also all these things which includes the use of this workstation. So this is a very important category while we discuss these personal computers. And this the aim of these computers, the workstation, is to be used by one person at a time. They are commonly connected to a local area network and run the multi-user operating systems. So regarding their use or the function of these workstations, they are primarily to be used by a single user, and they are commonly connected to a common network which is the local area network, and they can run the multi-user operating systems. So these are the major changes while we discuss the workstation over the general type of personal computers. So this is specifically for this technical and scientific use of these computers. So this is regarding the definition to the workstation, which we can see say that it is a high-end personal computers designed for the technical or the scientific applications. So this is regarding the workstation, and some history regarding this workstation which can be discussed today is the workstations had offered high performance than the personal computers, especially with respect to CPU and graphics, memory capacity, and multitasking capabilities. So these are the major advancements while we'll discuss the workstation, in which they offered high performance than the personal computers that we discussed today first topic, and especially with the respect to the CPU and graphics. So the performance based on while we discussed on these workstations, the performance is increased while we compare to these personal computers, and also their capabilities to multitasking capability, and also the graphics, then the memory capacity. All these things were developed or advanced in a workstation. Then they are optimized for the visualization and manipulation of different types of complex data, such as the 3D mechanical design, then the engineering rendering, also the engineering simulation, which includes the computational and fluid dynamics, animation, and the rendering of images, and mathematical plots. All these things, which means that this is only for a technical side of a technical side of use of these computers, which is the workstation. So this is regarding the workstation, the history of these workstations, and the consoles of this workstation includes a higher resolution display, a keyboard, and a mouse at a minimum, but also offer multiple displays, graphics tables, 3D mice, which devices for manipulation manipulating and navigating the 3D objects and scenes. So the basic parts of a workstation includes a high resolution display, then a keyboard, and also a small mouse. It is a minimum requirements for the workstation, and also it can offer the multiple displays and also the graphical tablets, the 3D pointing devices for this navigation the 3D things, and also for these engineering works. So this is regarding the workstation, and presently the workstation market is highly commoditized with the dominated by the large PC vendors such as Dell, HP, and they are also selling the Microsoft Windows or Linux running on an Intel and AMD processors, which means the Intel Xeon and also the AMD Optron. It is the name of these models of these processors. And the alternative units, which is also the based on the Apple softwares, they Sun Microsystems and SGI, which means the Silicon Graphics International. So these are the major workstations that we have to focus on. So these are some examples for these workstations, and we have some features of these workstations. So the features of workstation includes its support for the ECC, which means the error correcting code. So it is support for the ECC memory, and then a larger number of memory sockets which use the registered modules, which is the buffered modules, and the multiple processor sockets, which means the sophisticated CPUs for Intel CPU. It will be server derived Xeon instead of a typical for PC core. Then the multiple displays, run reliable operating system with advanced features, then the higher performance which the help of these graphics cards. Then these are the major important features of a workstation. So basically it can perform the higher level of performance while we compare to the normal PC. So this is regarding the workstation. I repeat the features of this workstation, which includes the support for ECC, which means the ECC memory, error coding code, then the a large memory of sockets, then the multiple displays, run reliable operating system with advanced features, then the high performance graphics, then also the multiple processor units. So the workstation, which is an advanced form of personal computers, it is especially designed for this technical and scientific application, and it can be called as a high-end personal computer. So this is regarding the workstation, the definition of workstation, their use, and also the main features of these workstations, and the major companies which develop these computers, which includes the Dell, HP, and also the processor units companies like AMD, Intel, etc. And their features, which includes the multiple processor sockets, the multiple displays, then they can run the reliable operating system with the advanced features, and the use of these graphics, then the larger number of memory sockets, and also the support for the ECC memory. So these are the major top things that we can focus on this workstation. So we are moving to the next topic, which is the another type of these personal computers, and it is very commonly used types of computers, which is a desktop PC. So it is very simple while we compare to this workstation, in which the desktop PCs can be they are very commonly used in our day-to-day life, and we can define this desktop PC as it is a personal computer in a form intended for regular use at a single location, and as opposed to a mobile laptop or a portable computer. So while we focus on this topic, desktop PC, it has a major drawback in which it is not portable. So while we compare to other types of personal computers, which includes the laptop for instance, so these computers are portable and we can carry on. So this desktop PC is can be defined as it is a personal computer in a form intended for regular use at a single location. So it is very important while we focus on this desktop PC. It is just for a single location, and it can be regularly used in a single location. So while we at home or in an office, we can use the desktop PC at that specific location, and we cannot carry it into another location. We can carry it, but it is very difficult to carry all these devices, which includes the keyboards, processors, and all these things. So the desktop PC can be considered as a PC which is used for a regular use, and it is located at a single location, and it is just opposite to a mobile laptop or portable computer. So this is regarding the definition of the desktop PC. Then while prior to the widespread of this PC, a computer that could fit on a desk was considered remarkably small. Then today the phrase usually indicates a particular style of computer's case, and the desktop computers come in a varieties of styles ranging from large vertical tower cases to small form factor models that can be tucked behind a LCD monitor. So these are the major advancement in this desktop PC, in which the size of the space for this desktop PC came to very small with the major advancement in the processors, in the components of this desktop PC. So the latest model of this desktop PC, in which it can tucked behind the LCD monitor, which means that it only consumes a small space while we compare to the older models of this desktop PC. And we all know that the advancement of this displays, which means that from LCD to LED, then the major advancement in the old models of monitors into the new models of these types of 4K resolution size of this major new models of these computers, also the monitors. So these are the major topics that we are going to focus on today, which is the use of this desktop PC. Then most of today's desktop computers have one of the three major operating systems available, and these are the major three operating system, means that the user can use or perform the work with the ease of very simple manner, in which the operating system, which includes the Microsoft Windows, Linux, and also the Mac, these three major operating system can be regarded as a user-friendly operating system, in which it can perform all the tasks or all our needs with a simple functions or with a simple process, in which it is also we can call it as a user-friendly operating systems. So these OS, basically the Microsoft Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. So these are the major operating system which is used in this desktop PCs, and the Microsoft Windows and Linux can be used for almost any desktop computers. So the major we can divide this system into further, in which the use of this Windows and also the Linux can be very user friendly, in order to it can perform all the tasks for our day-to-day life, which includes the games, the programs, softwares, which includes the spreadsheets, the databases, and all the other computing softwares, and the performing softwares, graphics-based softwares, editing softwares. So all these softwares can be run easily with the help of this Microsoft Windows, and also with the help of this advanced form of Linux, which for example the Ubuntu, GNU Linux, all these things. So which means that the desktop PCs can be regarded as a very user-friendly computers. Then the Mac OS is the only available for the Apple computers. So the Mac OS is categorized only on based on these Apple computers. It is exclusively for these manufacturers of these Apple computers, and the new versions of each of these operating systems are released on a semi-regular basis. So the softwares, which includes basically the operating systems, they update their versions of their computer softwares at a regular intervals, and the most important advancement in this category, which includes from the regarding the Microsoft Windows, which from the MS-DOS to the latest model of Microsoft Windows 10. So all these advancement, which means that they will add some additional specification or additional performance with the help of this newly upgraded softwares or the operating systems. And the Windows, the Microsoft Windows, which is very commonly used operating system, it is the most commonly used in the desktop PCs, and the latest model of this Microsoft Windows is the Windows 10, and also the Microsoft Windows 7 is also regarded as a very successful operating system in the while we discuss this topic, which is the desktop PC. Then the newest version of the Mac OS, which is the Mac OS X Snow Leopard, it is accordingly test in the textbook it is given as the Mac OS X, and we have more advancement in this Mac OS 2, and the Linux is available in multiple distributions including the Ubuntu, the Fedora Linux, and the GNU Linux. Then these all are based on these Linux kernels. So these are the major operating systems while we based on this desktop PC. Basically the Microsoft Windows, then the Linux, and also the Mac OS, which is especially for these Apple computers. So in this desktop PC we have one more sub category, which includes which is the all-in-one computers, and these all-in-one computers are a subtype of these desktop computers that combine the monitor into the same case of CPU. So this is the major advancement in the desktop PC. Then the monitor often utilizes a touch screen as an optional method of user input. However, detached keyboards and mice are normally still included with this for this all-in-one computers, and the inner components of the PC are often located directly behind the monitor. So this is the another category, a very small category in the desktop PC, which is the all-in-one computers. These computers can perform all the operations of a desktop PC, and it is the basic change of these all-in-one computers is that the CPU and all other components are attached with the monitor of this desktop PC, and also the touch screen, or the monitor may be touch screen, and we can use the keyboards and mouse for our comfort. So these are the major things regarding the category which is the all-in-one computers. Then Apple has manufactured several popular examples of all-in-one computers, and for example we have one model in the textbook, which is the Compact DC7800, which is an ultra slim desktop from HP, the company from the HP. So this is one of the example for this all-in-one computers, and also we have another example from the house of this Apple, which is the iMac G4, which is also regarded as an all-in-one desktop from the Apple. So these are some examples for this all-in-one computers, and Apple has manufactured several popular examples of all-in-one computers, such as the original Mac of the mid 1980s and the iMac of the late 1990s and 2000s, and some of the older 8-bit computers, such as the Commodore PET 2001 or Kaypro 2. So these are the basic or the early forms of these all-in-one computers, and this also fit into this category. And all-in-one PCs are typically more portable than other desktop PC, and many have been built with carrying handles integrated into the case. They can simply be unplugged and transported to a new location. So the basic change of this all-in-one computer is that they can carry, or they are regarded as a portable type of computers. So a desktop PC basically is not a portable computers. So we have another category which in this all-in-one use of all-in-one computers, it can carry because the size of the computers is very small while compared to a regular desktop desktop PC, and they can be simply unplugged, and also it can transport to a new location. So this is regarding the desktop PC. So we discussed the definition of desktop PC, and then some examples for desktop PC, the use, the softwares, the operating systems, etc. Then we discussed about the topic, the all-in-one computers, which is a subtype of this desktop PC, in which it is made up of while compared to the other desktop PC, it is very simple or very small in size, and it combined the monitor with the other components, which includes the CPU itself. So the size of the computers are reduced while the advancement of these all-in-one computers. And also we discussed some examples for these all-in-one computers and some use of these all-in-one computers. So this is the second most category of these types of computers, which is the desktop PC. Now we are moving to the next topic, which is the nettop PC. So what is a nettop PC? A nettop PC, it is a very small form factor, inexpensive, low voltage desktop computers designed for the basic tasks such as surfing the internet, accessing the web page applications, document processing, and audio video playback. So a nettop PC, which is another category of computers, it is very inexpensive and low voltage desktop computers designed for basic tasks such as surfing the internet, accessing the web page applications, document processing, and also the audio video playback. And the word nettop is just a combination of two terms, which is internet and desktop, and we can also call it as similar to a netbook, which is the combination of two words, which means the internet and notebook. So we have the nettop PC, which means the combination of the internet and the desktop PC. So it is comparatively very small in size, and it is inexpensive, and it consumes very low voltage, and these desktop computers are designed basically for the basic tasks for the surfing the internet, accessing the web page applications, and document processing, and also it can perform the playback of this audio and video. So this is regarding the nettop PC, just an introduction to the nettop PC. And the major model of this nettop PC is the Acer Aspire Revo, which is an ultra small factor NVIDIA ion based nettop desktop from Acer. So this is the example for a nettop PC, which is Acer Aspire Revo. So compared to the ordinary desktop computers, nettops are not only smaller and cheaper, they also consume much less power. So we already discussed while we discussing the definition of this nettop PC, in which it only consumes low voltage. So while we compare to this desktop computers, this PC, which is the nettop PC, which is not only smaller and cheaper, they are also consume much less power. For example, the Compute Labs Fit PC2, which is another example of this nettop PC. It consumes no more than 8 watts of power, whereas a typical desktop would easily consume more than 100 watts. So this is the major change while in the advancement of nettop PC, in which the consuming of this power or the voltage was reduced from 100 to 8 watt while discussing this nettop PC. And consequently, nettops are oftenly fanless with an external power supply, and some do not have an optical disk drive and use a solid state disk, and making them completely silent. So sometimes they do not have the optical disk drive and use a solid state of disk. Then the major advancement of this nettop PC is that the lower power of consuming the lower power of voltage to perform these computers. The nettop PC are usually reduced, hence make the nettops less appropriate for the running complex or resource intensive applications. And some nettops nettops are designed to have stylish cases or run Windows operating system in order to attract the ordinary customers. So it can also perform all the functions of a desktop PC, in which it can run the softwares and the operating system which is commonly used in day-to-day life, and others are designed more towards the business and experienced computer users. So in this category also we have some divisions in which for the personal use and also for the business and other networking use. And these models typically run a version of Linux to allow the better customization and cut cost. The major manufacturers of the nettop includes Acer, Asus, Dell and Lenovo. So these are the major companies which introduced this nettop PC, and the major three platforms that are primarily intended for the nettops are the netbooks. So the nettops are also connected with the other category, which is the netbooks, and the common platforms of these netbooks includes the Intel Centennial Atom platform, then the NVIDIA's Ion platform, and also the VIA's Trinity platform. So these are some examples for the platforms of this netbook or the nettops and the netbooks. So basically these two categories are very similar based on their use. Based on their specification, they can be classified into nettops and the netbooks. So these are the another division of these desktop PCs. Then these nettop PCs adopt the system on a chip designs, and many nettop models are based on the 64-bit processor based, and also it such are the capable for running the standard PC operating systems. They are also the operating system designed specifically for nettops and other machines in this same performance class. Then the Linux distributions of this type include the Moblin, Ubuntu, Netbook, Remix and some Jolly Cloud. Then the Windows XP has been one of the popular choice as its hardware requirements match nettop capabilities. Some high-end nettops and the upcoming models are capable of running Windows Vista and Windows 7 and also the latest models of this Windows. And Linux has also been adopted by some nettop manufacturers as it costs little to no money to install and supports a wide range of CPU models, and Google's Android Linux distribution is another option. Although the Google's Android was originally announced for smartphones, it has also taken a seat in the nettop market. So this is regarding the nettop PC, which means that it is only designed for the basic needs of surfing the internet, accessing the web-based applications and document processing, and also it can perform the audio and video playback. So this is regarding the nettop PC. So today we discussed the major topics like desktop PC, then the some other forms of computers, which includes the personal computers and workstation, and lastly we discussed the nettop PCs. So these are the major divisions of the types of computers. We have some more divisions in this category, which includes other types of computers, and in this category, which is the personal computers, we have some topics like the laptop PC, tablet PC, etc. So we will discuss this topic in the next class. So this is regarding the major divisions of these types of computers. So that's for today. Go through the textbook from page number 13 to 18 in the module 1, which is the chapter 1 of this informatics paper, which is the general introduction. So that's for today. Thank you.